Today we are here to bid farewell to 6 of our employees. Professor Samir Kumar Acharya, Professor Kanhu Charan Patra, Professor Hrushikesh Naik, Mrs. Peri Radha, Mr. Chandra Barik, and Mr. Muralidhar Jena, who are superannuating after decades of sincere and dedicated hard work to our esteemed institute. To start with, let's invite our dignitaries to occupy their seats. First and foremost, let me invite our Honorable Director Sir, Professor K. Rahu, HOD Mechanical, Professor Saroj Kumar Patel, HOD Mining, Professor Amit Kumar Gore, HOD Civil Engineering, Professor Suresh Prasad Singh, HOD in charge Electronics and Communication Engineering, Professor D.P. Acharya, HOD Chemistry, Professor Priyavarta Das, Deputy Treasurer Finance and Accounts, Mr. Uttam Kumar Biswal. Then the superannuating employees, Professor Samir Kumar Acharya, Mechanical Engineering, Professor Hrushikesh Naik, Mining Engineering, Professor K.C. Patra, Civil Engineering, Mrs. Peri Radha, Electronics and Communication Engineering, Mr. Muralidhar Jena, Chemistry, and Mr. Rama Barik, Finance and Accounts. Please. Also, demand sir. I would also like to welcome Mrs. Sanjita Das, wife of Professor Acharya, Mrs. Suprava Naik, wife of Professor Naik, Mrs. Geeta Patra, wife of K.C. Patra, Mr. Ram Prasad, spouse of Mrs. Peri Radha, Mrs. Sabita Jena, wife of Mr. Muralidhar Jena, and Mrs. Srimati Barik, wife of R.C. Barik. Now to start, I request our Honorable Registrar Sir to present the bouquet to the superannuating employees and their spouses. First, Professor Samir Kumar Acharya, Professor Mechanical Engineering, and spouse Mrs. Sanjukta Das. Please. Next, Professor Hrushikesh Naik and Mrs. Suprava Naik. Next, Professor K.C. Patra and Mrs. Geeta Patra. Next, Mrs. Peri Radha and Mr. Ram Prasad. Mr. Muralidhar Jena and Mrs. Sabila Jena. Mr. Chandra Barik and Mrs. Srimati Barik. Thank you, sir. Now I request HOD Mechanical Engineering, Professor Kumar Patel, to read the biodata and share his experience working with Professor Acharya.
Honorable Director Sir and all the dignitaries on the dais and our superannuating faculty colleagues and the staff colleagues. Professor Samir Acharya, Professor K.C. Patra, Professor Hrushikesh Naik, Madam Peri Radha, Mr. Muralidhar Jena, and Mr. Chandra Barik, and their beloved spouses. Then Registered Professor Biman and other HODs sitting on the dais, and my faculty colleagues and the staff colleagues present in the hall. So today, as I remember, would be a day when we are bidding farewell to a maximum number of 6 of our employees at a time. And all the 3 faculties, those who were bidding farewell, they were all my senior while we were students in this NIT Rourkela. And also all of us served here in this institute. So coming to Professor Samir Kumar Acharya, his biodata, he is superannuating as professor in our department Mechanical Engineering. He is the son of late Chandra Acharya. He was also an ex-employee of our institute. He was born on 15th January 1959. Permanent address at Indrakandi at post Sodai Kolar, Ward number 2, District Sodai Kolar, Kasma, Jharkhand. Presently staying in C2 NIT campus. He joined in our institute on the day 16th February 1987 as a lecturer in mechanical engineering, and he contributed till the retirement in our department only for a total service period of 36 years, 11 months and 6 days. They is rounded up to 37 years, quite a long period. He got promoted to lecturer senior scale on 16th February 1993, then assistant professor on 27th May 2002. Then all the REC become NIT and all pay scale got changed. Nomenclature also got changed. Then we became associate professor. He became associate professor on 1st January 2006. Then professor on 1st July 2011 till the retirement. He got retirement in 31st January 2024, and today leaving our institute by the end of this academic year. So let me thank our director sir that you have accepted our request for retaining our superannuating faculty at least till the end of the academic session, so that you could able to complete the academic session without any problems. And Professor Acharya, he has seen that all his academic responsibility he has completed as on today. Even it has been so planned that his last PhD thesis also got defended just in this month of June, and he has completed totally all the responsibilities. So I wish a happy and peaceful retired life to all our to Professor Samir Acharya and all our retiring colleagues. I will not take much time because there is a long list of speakers and also the long list of this one. So with this I conclude this one. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I request HOD Mining Engineering, Professor Kumar Barik, to read the biodata and share his experience working with Professor Naik.
Very good afternoon to all, respected director sir, registrar sir, and then superannuating faculty members and the staff members on the dais, my colleagues sitting in the hall. It's my honor to read the biodata of this one of the faculty members who has served in the department for a long time, who is going to superannuating today, Professor Hrushikesh Naik. So he has joined in the department in the year of 1985, on 19 August of 1985 as a lecturer, and then he has promoted to that senior scale in the year of 1991, and then assistant professor in the year of 1995, associate professor in the year of 2006, and then professor in the year of 2023. He has served the department for 38 years, and it's a long duration for his career that he has dedicated for the institute. He has served the institute at a different position. Twice he was head of the department in the mining engineering at NIT Rourkela. Prior to join NIT Rourkela, he has also served Coal India Limited for short duration. I feel happy to say that I was joined in the department under his headship in the year of 2014, and I saw him from very closely. He is a person provided his service to the institute silently, and whatever with the assignment it was given to him, he sincerely carried out all the jobs, all the activities, whatever it was given. In addition to that, he has also served the institute at different administrative level as a project officer and head of the nodal center. So far concerned about that his activities in the department, he has very good interaction with all the faculty members and all the staff members in the department, and cooperating to in all the activities, whatever by the staff member requested or the students, and he is very in the goodwill of the students. He is one of the favorite faculty member in the department. I can say all the students like him very much, and I feel happy to say that the first choice of the students doing the project under his guidance. So he always, I saw that many students giving in the first priority to their projects. So hopefully that, and In addition to that, I just would like to say the other faculty member who are superintending today, Professor Samir Kumar Acharya, Professor Patra, the staff member Mrs. Peri Radha, Mr. Muralidhar Jena, and Mr. Rama Chandra Barik. I also, for my 10 years tenure at NIT Rourkela, closely interacted with all these staff and faculty members. Happy to say that Mrs. Peri Radha was one of my neighbors when I was staying at FD quarter, and she was very helping in all aspects to my family. Professor Samir Acharya and Professor Patra, I have a very good relation with them, interacted in many aspects during his job. Many times I took the guidance from them and got it very positive way. So with this word, I will say happy, healthy life, retired life to all the faculty and staff members who are living us today. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I request HOD Civil Engineering, Professor SPC, to read the biodata and share his experience working with Professor Patra.
Good evening, everybody. Honorable Director, Professor K. Superannuating faculty colleagues, Professor K.C. Patra, Professor H.K. Naik, Professor S.K. Acharya, staff members Mrs. Peri Radha, Mr. N. Jena, Mr. R.C. Barik, and their spouses, HOD of Mechanical Engineering, Mining Engineering, EC, and COI departments, Register, Assistant Register on the dais, faculty and staff members of the dais. So it is my privilege and honor to read out the brief biodata of Professor K.C. Patra, who was superannuated from the institute on 31st March. So biodata of Professor Kanhu Charan Patra, Professor Civil Engineering, employee code 1020768, Department of Civil Engineering. Father's name Mr. Loknath Patra. Date of birth 5th March 1959. Permanent address flat number A 084 Cosmopolis Dumduma, Bhubaneswar, Odisha. Presently staying in quarter number B10 NIT campus. Date of joining to this institute is 25th June 2002. Professor HAG of Civil Engineering, and served as Professor in Civil Engineering Department from 25th June 2002 to 31st March 2024. Sir has got a total service experience of 41 years of service, out of which 20 years in government and CT Bhubaneswar, and 21 years, 9 months, 7 days in NIT Rourkela, and sir has superannuated on 31st March 2024. So incidentally, all 3 faculty members retiring are the alumni of this prestigious institute. So they are my senior batch in engineering. All of them have contributed significantly to the institute, and the contribution of Professor K.C. Patra to the Department of Civil Engineering is highly appreciable. Sir has contributed a lot in terms of research, publications, PhD guidance, consultancy, and publication of books. So he has a number of books published in internationally reputed publishers in his name. So in personal front, we are good neighbors for a quite long period with strong family interactions. Myself is staying C4 and Professor Patra has stayed in C3 for a quite long period, and Professor Samir Acharya, still known for more than 20 years, he is in C2, and Professor Naik is in front of this road. So we are neighbors for a quite long period. This one, we have shared our feelings during the last 20 years or more. The services and support received from the retiring staff members are also appreciable. So I wish a happy, healthy and peaceful life to all the retiring faculties and staff members. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now let's welcome HOD in charge Electronics and Communication Engineering, Professor D.P. Acharya, to read the biodata and share the experience working with Mrs. Peri Radha.
Good afternoon, respected Director Sir, Superannuating Professor Kanhu Charan Patra, Professor Hrushikesh Naik, Professor Samir Kumar Acharya, then Madam Peri Radha, Sri Muralidhar Jena, Sri Chandra Barik, Registrar, HODs of all the departments present over dais, Assistant Registrar, faculty colleagues, staffs, ladies and gentlemen. I am really feeling proud to read out the biodata of Mrs. Peri Radha, who has contributed nearly 35 years in our department. And she is Mrs. Peri Radha. She is working right now as a technical assistant SG2 with employee code 2890552, Department of Electronics Communication Engineering. The name of spouse is Mr. Ram Prasad. Date of birth is 10th June 1964. Currently staying at quarter number D13, NIT campus, Rourkela. Address post-retirement would be house number 76, Sardar Nest, Kanithi Road, Gajuaka, Visakhapatnam. Date of joining this institute is 24th July 1989. Period of service as a technical assistant 24 July 1989 till becoming a senior technical assistant on 1st January 1996, then technical assistant SG2 1st January 2006 till date. Total service period is 34 years, 11 months, 7 days. Madam Radha, she was professionally very competent. She has been there right from the day one a student in electronics department joins, any branch student. She used to be in the fundamental of electronics lab under different capacities, and she interacts very nicely and very friendly with the students. I have also heard that students feel free to ask her doubts, and she was any student who is joining the institute, almost he or she undergoes the fundamental of electronic course and meets Madam Radha. I have seen many of the alumni who come here and they are at distinguished posts. They always acknowledge Madam Radha's contribution while they were studying as a student of this institute. In fact, technically she is very competent, she is very punctual, and almost you'll find she is there at the right time in the lab, taking care of the things, discharging her duty to the maximum extent possible. Personally, she is very honest and gentle, and she doesn't do any conflict with anybody in the department. You can see right now we were having a meeting in the department. All of us unanimously agreed we should finish it to attend Madam Radha's farewell function at the right time. Almost all faculties and staffs are there with very less attendance in spite of this vacation time. So I had personal very good relations with Madam Radha. She was staying in the next building when I was there in the FD flats. and she used to have a good interaction and very caring person, and she will exchange the personal views impartially and with almost all cooperation, professionally or personally. I have never seen any issues which was raised by any faculty, any staffs, any students against Madam Radha. So I feel that she will have a definitely very calm and very healthy life, which will start just after this days at NIT Rourkela, and she will start her true life after this. And regarding other superannuating employees, Professor H.K. Naik is a very pious person, very pleasant person. I always find him walking and in the department anytime. It's very cordial, very cordial. You approach him, at least whatever I approach him, he just behaves like a good brother and gives suggestions, helps in all aspects. And I am sure that he will with more energy, he will enjoy his post-retirement life. And I wish him that I pray God for your all healthy and well-being after the retirement from this institute. Then Professor Keshi Patra, he is a very thorough gentleman. I have several interactions with him in the Department of Civil Engineering, though I am almost in the opposite side in the electronics building. But still we have a common cause to sit down for making electronics for civil applications. And I am found he is very honest, very gently, and his behavior is really inspiring. For at least I get imbibed by his behavior and by his persuasion too. I wish that he will also do a very beautiful life. He will start a new life after this. And Professor Samir Acharya, I have a very less interaction, but I have seen he is always very energetic, and he will always, as a PhD examination, I have seen he keeps on moving continuously from here and there without fail and taking care of his responsibility without any negligence. I also wish him a very pleasant and happy, healthy life after this retirement. Then coming to Sri Ramchandra Barik, I have very less interaction with. I pray that he will also lead a good life after this, and it's beginning of the human life. Mr. Muralidhar Jena also, I wish all success and happiness post-retirement. In fact, we call it post-retirement. Actually, it is the beginning of our true life. Till now, it is just like class 1 to class 10, 12, then some professional degrees, then doing job, family, responsibility. So with all this experience, our life will start only after the day we finish all the mandatory requirements with more energy, with more vigor. They have almost 60 and 65 years of experience, wisdom, everything with them. Just taking care of their health, they will live a wonderful life, at least for 100 years. So I pray God all your happiness and well-being. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Now I request HOD Chemistry, Professor Priyaprada Das, to read the biodata and share his experience working with Mr. Muralidhar Jena.
A very good afternoon to all of you. Respected Director Sarpam Rama Rao, Honorable Register, Superintendent Faculty on the dais, staffs also, my faculty colleagues and staff. As you all know, today we are all present here in the farewell party of 3 of our professors and staff, 3 of our staff members. And I have been given the duty to tell about one of our chemistry staff, Mr. Muralidhar Jena. Mr. Muralidhar Jena is currently working as laboratory attendant SG1. He was born in year 1964 in Jajpur town of Odisha. He joined our institute in the year 1987. So if you count from there, he has almost 37 years of experience in this institute in different positions. He started his career as a watchman, then attendant grade 1, SG2, lab attendant SG2, and then currently lab attendant SG1. I joined this institute 2011 end, and he joined our department in 2012. So for the last 12 years, I have seen him very grounded person and very soft-spoken person. He hardly talks, but he works really hard in the lab. If you see him, he always comes early in the morning, because we have a UG lab where 120, 130 students do the lab, and he was only attendant at that time, and he was meticulously doing his work and never complained his work pressure, everything. He was happy with his workload. So overall, I found that he's a very nice gentleman, and he's a very religious person also. So if you see in the hilltop, we have a temple. He's the pujari there. So even after the retirement, what he told, he'll continue as a pujari there, and he will stay there. So I wish, and he also told us that please visit, you will do a lot of jagyas there. So whenever there will be jagyas, you will call us. That's a good job he's going to do after his retirement. Just now we finished our department farewell party, and we interacted with him, with his like madam also. They are going to settle in Rourkela in Kuarmunda. But he will live his life in the temple, in the hilltop. From the department side, I wish him all the best, a happy, healthy and blissful retirement life. In addition to this, the other faculties who are retiring, because I am very close with Professor Acharya and Professor Naik. When I heard that Professor Acharya is going to retire, and when I see his picture here, I think many of us will not believe that he's going to retire, because he looks so young. And I used to ask every time, like, what is the Raj? Like, Radha looks so young. Still today he's very jovial, and what I like most, he's very young in his attitude and talk. And this is really essential in today's life, because if you feel old, then everything is, day by day you feel old. That I like about sir, and we'll miss you, sir, but I think you will be around here. So, and Professor Naik, I think he's a great motivator for fat people like us, because every evening we used to see him walking on the road. He's a motivator for me and also our friends. We used to talk, sir, sir is walking, then hum log bhi walk karenge. So, it's a good inspiration for all of us. He every day, I don't see every day he walks, and that is why he is very fit, I think. Professor Patra, very intelligent person. I heard he has written many books also. Other staff members, I wish all of them a very healthy life. It's a second innings, obviously, and I hope we'll do good in the second innings. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Deputy Registrar, Finance and Accounts, Mr. Uttam Kumar Mishra, to read the biodata and share his experience working with Mr. Chandra Barik.
Thank you, Varun. Good afternoon. Respected Chair, our beloved Director, Professor Rao, respected Registrar, respected faculty members, retiring employees, dignitaries of the dais, my friends and colleagues. So it's a pleasure having got this opportunity to present before you the biodata of one of our beloved employee, Mr. Chandra Barik. So let me read out the biodata. Mr. Chandra Barik, he is working as senior attendant in Finance and Accounts Office. His employee code is 5980708. His father's name is Bhagwan Barik. Although his name is Chandra Barik, he is popularly known as Ram Babu. Once I have heard someone calling him Ram Babu Bhai, as if Ram Babu is his name. His date of birth is 1st July 1964. He is residing at quarter number G39, NIT campus. And he has chosen this address after retirement. He used to settle there at Bhuban, Dhenkanal. His date of joining, he joined this institute on 4 May 1996, sorry, 1998. 8, seems 6, I have this 40. Okay, period of service, he joined as peon. From 4th May, he is continuing as peon. He continued as peon till 1st of January 2006, where he got his first promotion as attendant grade 2. Then after, from September 2008, he is continuing as senior attendant. So he has completed 26 years of service here in NIT Rourkela. And today he is retiring, he is superannuating as senior attendant from our office. So I am sure these 26 years would definitely have been the years of commitment, dedication, devotion. Because since my joining in finance office for last 2.5 years, I have not seen a slightest point of, slackness or lackadaisical approach or any kind of casual approach in Rambabu. Rambabu, although being a heart patient, he got his operation, I think, 2 years back, still is an example for all of us. And I wish my younger friends, younger gen employees here to learn the qualities from Rambabu. So be a Rambabu to serve the institute for the years to come. You gather the stones, the pebbles, you be the squirrels to gather all the stones to make this institute as mountain. See, during REC we are the hill, we are the hiller. Now we are moving to a mountain. So be the soldier, be the torchbearer, be an individual Rambabu, everyone. I used to appeal to me also, under the leadership of our director. So make NIT Rourkela a range of mountains, not mountains, a range of mountains like Himalayas, so that it can be visible to Suratgal as well as Trichy. And also, my sincere appeal to the younger gen, right? Please devote your 8 hours to the institute, to the growth of the institute. See, a small impact of his devotion. I'll cite an example. Suppose he gets a file at 12 o'clock. He immediately brings it to my notice, he puts it to my table. And if he thinks that, kya jata hai? After lunch, I'll put it to deputy registrar table. So after lunch, I might be having a meeting. And I'll be continuing this meeting till evening. So after evening, while I'll be looking at the file and giving my comment and putting it up to registrar sir might have been left for another meeting, or in the next morning he will be out of station. So the registrar in charge, he might not take a decision thinking that it comprises of an administrative or financial issues, complex issues. So he keeps it pending till the registrar judge. Okay. See the impact. So whatever salary, whatever payment, Chandra sir is here. During our faculty recruitment, the experts were getting their dues in time. Before they leave the institute, usually they are getting their dues. The Rambabu's contribution was high, because whenever he goes to any bank, be it State Bank, commercial banks, campus branch, HDFC, or any branch, he never comes back with that file again, be it 5:30 PM or 4:30 PM. He has this dedication for this institute. So I appeal to all of you to give at least your 8 hours to the institute. Think 24 hours for the institute, and think of the next desk, next of your colleague who are absent. Please carry out those jobs. If it is pending, please give a look. What are the files kept pending? And this, my friend is out of station for next 5 days, last 5 days, or last 7 days, because it impacts huge to the institute. So see, you should not ever let our institute down. Once it is down, once it is pushed back, it will further be pushed back. Okay. Once it is pushed back, it will further be pushed back, because at this era of competition, you will never get a situation or opportunity to again revive. I should not cite example of other institutes, like we are having our neighbor institute NIT also. Once where it was, now where it is. Think of this. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I request our Honorable Director, Professor K. Uma Maheshwar Rao sir, to present the memento and terminal benefits to the retiring employees. First, Professor Samir Kumar Acharya, Professor Mechanical Engineering. Mrs. Sanjukta Das. Next, Professor Hrushikesh Naik and Mrs. Suprava Naik. Professor K.C. Patra and Mrs. Geeta Patra. Mrs. Peri Radha and Mr. Ram Prasad. Next, Mr. Muralidhar Jena. Mrs. Sabita Jena. Next, Mr. Chandra Barik and Mrs. Srimati Barik. Thank you, sir. Now I request our Registrar, Professor Rohan Diman, to address the gathering.
Dignitaries on the dais, Professor Rao, Honorable Director, NIT Rourkela, all heads of the department, Professor Patel from Mechanical Engineering, Professor S.P. Singh from Civil Engineering, Professor Gurai from Mining Engineering, Professor D.P. Acharya, HOD in charge, Electronics and Communication Engineering, all the superannuating employees, Professor Samir Acharya from Mechanical Engineering, Professor Naik from Mining, Professor K.C. Patra from Civil Engineering, Peri Radha Madam, Muralidhar Jena Babu, Rama Babu, Professor Radha, in fact he is also there representing chemistry, and Uttam, Deputy Registrar Finance and Accounts, Arun, Establishment Assistant Registrar, all faculty colleagues from different departments who are sitting off the dais, all the staff members, spouse of our superannuating employees, family members, ladies and gentlemen. So I welcome all of you for today's farewell meeting. Only one of the worry for me is that establishment must have ordered good amount of packets today, because I could see like our auditorium is almost full. So the thing is, earlier because one or two employees, whatever we order, so most of the time we have to eat up maybe 2 or 3 or 4 packets. But today I hope that we should get at least one. So nevertheless, it's a really proud moment for all of us that all of our employees who have rendered their services to this institute. In fact, Professor Patra, who has spent almost like 41 years in the government service, although he is here in NIT Rourkela from last 2 decades. But all of our other staff members or even our faculty members, they were here, in this institute from last 3 decades. In fact, in the morning today, Rama came and he met me, and I told him that the most important work you were doing in the institute, and that is to carry our salary bills to the registrar to sign. If there is nobody to carry the paper, in fact, even if registrar is there or not, because he will not sign. So most of the important work is to carry those particular salary bills so that we get our salary credited to our account on time. So he was there and a very wonderful person. To all of our faculty colleagues, we have a very good interaction. Professor Acharya in Technology Club, we had really very good moments, and also as Professor Peri has already told, that he is very jovial and also very young and with the outlook which is very wide open. And the same way, now after joining in the registry, I could see that how much Professor Patra, although superannuation is very close by, but still he was really very enthusiastic to get few more projects to the department. And Professor Rao and we, whenever we went to Delhi, we could help that all those particular projects they are successful as far as its implementation from the funding agency is concerned. And the same way, Professor Naik, because I was discussing with sir yesterday only when we were traveling, that he is one of the person who I always see in the farewell meetings. And definitely, sir, we'll miss you, and we'll miss also your address, because most of the times you spell out your heart as far as all of our superannuating employees, whosoever is going. And to Peri Radha madam, because after joining again in the office, because I could see what all the issues are there with different non-teaching employees, and we try to sort it out, and a couple of them still they are there, and one is their grievance issues which was there for the non-teaching employees, and we have already promised that by September or October we will try to do that, because now with the DPC is over, we are getting few of our more officers, and we try to complete that one. And the same way, Jena Babu also I have seen in the Department of Chemistry. He is very sincere and very punctual, and those are the different characters which we have to imbibe to make our institute also one of the best. And on behalf of administration, I assure you, and I assure all of them who are superannuating today, that whatever is the possible with respect to their all the benefits, and whatever the help that is required from us in future also, that will be we will be completing without fail. And since the list is very long, I will make my this speech also short, and I hope to God for their great health, and I hope that they'll have a peaceful time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Today, let's take this opportunity to celebrate and thank our beloved employees for all the memories that we had with them. I request our colleagues in the hall to share their experiences or memories that they have had with the retiring employees.
Good afternoon, everyone. Honorable Director, Professor Radha, superannuating employees, Professor Patra, Professor Samir, Acharya, Professor Naik, Radha Madam, Barik, and Muralidhar, Jena, dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, and colleagues. This is probably a momentous occasion when many of our colleagues who served this institute for a very long period, 2 decades, more than 3 decades, are superannuating on a single day. And the 3 faculty members who are superannuating incidentally are alumni faculty members, 81, 83 and 84 batches. Professor Patra had also been Dean of Alumni Affairs for some time. If I recall some of the moments, Professor Naik has been my teacher, has been my mentor, has helped me the day I joined in this institute till date. In fact, it was he who nominated me to the Balakanman Award in 2016, which I received. Many of us have already talked about in their address about Professor Naik, how a thorough gentleman he is and how sober he is. All the students across batches till date always whenever you visit any mines or any mining industry, they will always ask how is Naik sir. And Naik sir in fact is in touch with most of the departmental alumni. The only complaint in fact I have with Professor Naik is that he never says no. And probably because of that, he has also suffered silently. Talking about Professor Patra and Professor Samir Acharya, we have worked together on different occasions. I have worked with Professor Patra sir on a few consulting projects where he has also been guided, and it has been a learning experience. Of course, he has written a number of books and have mentored students, one of them who got into UPSC recently. Professor Samir Acharya is of course a lively person, and his presence at the banyan tree occasionally when incidentally we meet up is lively moment. I don't know why sir stopped coming to the tree for quite some time now, but sir, we miss your presence there. Usually our presence has also reduced, but then we are missing your presence there. But I am sure you will continue to live that blissful and happy life and continue to smile as always. Radha madam and Prasad Babu, there have been very fond interactions from the day probably I have joined on different occasions. I always remember it's very pleasant to talk to you, Radha madam, as well as Prasad Babu also. And I feel very happy that their son has become a doctor. I remember, is it? Yes, and they have been also been guided and very cordially. They have advised to us, me, and also my wife. I didn't have much interaction with Jena and Barik, but then Barik, whenever we visit and the account section, we see he's on the desk, and any document or anything that appears we want to search, it will always be there. So I think there will be a long list of speakers, but today, incidentally, I also have another message from Professor Manoj Misra, who today is not there in the campus, but he has asked me to read out this message for the colleagues. He says, I know Professor Naik since 1983. I only want to say that Professor Naik is a thorough gentleman and rarely leaves the satire. He is equally liked by all at any given point of time. I wish him and Madam Naik many wonderful times ahead. My humble regards. I also know Professor K.C. Patra for so many years, worked together, and never seen so soft-spoken a man. Samir bhai is known since my birth, almost. We have had so many pleasure moments as a family, and those are indelible. My best wishes and humble regards to both and all the superannuating employees. That's his message from Professor Manoj Misra. At the end, I'll just wish that all of you to have a very happy, healthy life. And apart from that, I wish that you have a joy, a life of joy, love, and a fulfilling retired life. Thank you.
Namaskar. Respected Director, Register, respected HODs and HOs, and all my retiring colleagues. Professor K.C. Patra, Professor S.K. Naik, Professor S.K. Acharya, Mrs. P. Radha, Mr. Muralidhar Jena, and Mr. R.C. Barik on the dais, and all dignitaries and my colleagues of the dais. Today is a very important day as a large number of staff members are superannuating, total 3 number faculties and 3 non-teachers. Hence, I have to say few words in favor of all the retiring staff members that just enjoy your retirement. You have earned those. I have enjoyed all of the time we have worked together during and beyond the office hour. And frankly speaking, I will really miss you all for your elderly advice, appropriate suggestions, helpfulness, and amicable gesture inside and outside the campus during our service period till date. Now it is my sincere congratulations
and bidding farewell to all the superannuating seniors and takes with our deepest gratitude as you embark on a new journey. May the path ahead be filled with success, joy and fulfillment of all your dreams. मैं इस मौके पर और भी ओडिया में कुछ कहना चाहता हूँ, जैसे हमारा प्रोफेसर कान्हू चरण पात्र से बहुत भद्र लोग, बहुत माने डाउन टू अर्थ सब बड़े सहित इंटराक्शन मोर पर्सनाली नहीं किंतु से एकेडमिक आसती जो मुझे देखे से समस्त को मिशन समस्त सहित कथबार्ता करती से बीइंग एचएजी प्रोफेसर तांकर से किसी ना मैंने पूरा छोट पिला परिका आम सहित कथबार्ता करती बहुत भद्र अमायिक सरल भद्र प्रोफेसर एच.के. नायक से तो मुझे देखे बहुत आध्यात्मिक चिंताधारा लोक से शिरडी साई बाबा बहुत भक्त ए सॉरी सत्य साई बाबा भक्त एवं प्राय मैडम और सार मु राति रिटर्न है बेले से फेरू था से भी बहुत भद्र लोक बहुत डाउन टू अर्थ प्रोफेसर एस.के. आचार्य विषय कहवा बाहुल्य हम मो कहीं से एबे भी यंग एबे भी से आम मार्केट काउंसिलर आम मार्केट प्रोफेसर एस.के. आचार्य ना तो मार्केट मार्केट लगे ना सी प्रकृत बहुत भद्र आ समस्त भी सेमती किसी ना जे किए पियर किए खलासी किए क्लर्क ये सब मतलब नहीं मस्त एकदम मस्त जिंदा दिल इंसान मिसेस पी राधा रिमार्केबल लेडी बहुत हंसमुख जेंटल एमिकेबल और सब बड़ कथा हजबैंड मोर क्लासमेट प्रसाद बाबू से भी मोर पूरा फैमिली बढ़िया मिस्टर मुरलीधर जेना ऊपर जो नारायणी मंदिर अच्छी पहाड़ पर दुर्गापुर पहाड़ पर तार प्रतिष्ठाता है मुरलीधर जेना बहुत हास्य भितर से मंदिर बनी से भी आध्यात्मिक चिंताधारा लोक एवं हैट्स टू हिम बहुत कष्ट करी से ऊपर किसी लोक मुस्लिम लोक को नहीं से एते टॉप रे एते माने जिनिस ट्रांसपोर्ट करी से बनै सेटा तापर रहिला हमर कथा रामचंद्र बारिक सहित मोर दुईटा जेनेरेशन मु सहित काम करेनी माने बापा भी मो सहित काम करते केमिस्ट्री पियन थिले भगवान बारिक एबे से काम कले से भी रिटायर्ड है माने देखो मु केते माने निजे को भाग्यवान मन कर तेणु समस्त को विषय मु गोटे शायरी टिके कहना चाहूँगी आपके साथ कुछ लम्हे की यादें बतौर इनाम मिला है सफर पर निकले थे और तजुर्बे तमाम मिले हैं जरा सी रंजिश पर ना छोड़ किसी अपने के दामन जिंदगी बीत जाती है अपनों को अपने बनाने में अब ये ना पूछना कि ये अल्फाज कहाँ से लाता हूँ मैं अब ये ना पूछना कि ये अल्फाज कहाँ से लाता हूँ मैं कुछ चुराता हूँ दर्द दूसरों के कुछ अपनी सुनाता हूँ मैं once again my best wishes to all of you may you have a long happy healthy and fulfillment retiring life ahead thank you jai hind jai jagannath
Good evening to everyone. Today we are going to lose 6 of our most gentle people of the institute. One of them is Professor K.C. Patra, who is a renowned name in this among all the faculty colleagues. So I know that I have spent 5 years in the establishment office where I got to interact with Professor K.C. Patra. He is a very humble human being and we have had a lot of interactions with him during the course of my career in establishment. Secondly, coming to Professor Hrushikesh Naik, I have known him even before I got this job because his daughter happens to be my classmate in MSc. So he is the person I have known longest here among all the people here. Then coming to Professor Samir Acharya, Professor Samir Acharya is one of the most humble people I have known in the campus because always whenever we talk with him, the vibe is totally friendly and homely. So Professor Samir Acharya is right now I am working right in his department only. So I request Professor Samir to also come to the office frequently because we will be missing him. Coming to our non-teaching colleagues, we are again losing 3 gentle non-teaching staff. So firstly, if you come to Mrs. Peri Radha. So I have had the chance to interact with her during our Ladies' Night concert, during staff club functions and all, and she's been very kind and humble-hearted, and also she's a very encouraging soul, because I thought I was a bathroom singer first. So one day while sitting outside my porch, she came and told me that why don't you sing in the functions? You sing quite well. So I was thinking I'm a bathroom singer, I just sing for fun. But she came and encouraged that, and she said that you should be singing in the functions, why don't you sing in the functions? So these are people we meet suddenly in the road, and again it feels like family. So we will be missing all of them, even Rama Babu, even Jena Babu, everybody is kind-hearted here. So I wish all of them a very happy retired life, and may all of them prosper and remember us in their prayers, because we will be missing the old age wisdom also when we lose people from REC who will be retiring and settling somewhere else. So please, sir and everyone, please remember us and do come to guide us and do come to visit us, because we will be needing your guidance. So thank you very much.
ऊपर में जो बैठे हैं और नीचे में जो बैठे हैं सबको मेरा प्रणाम। भगवान श्री कृष्ण की जो बचपन उनको माता यशोदा बुलाते थे कि कहते थे कान्हा। जिस इंस्टीट्यूट में स्वयं कान्हू चरण, जिसको उड़िया में हम कान्हू बोलते हैं, कान्हू स्वयं दंडायमान है या विद्यमान है, और भगवान विष्णु जी की दूसरी नाम ऋषिकेश। भगवान विष्णु जो है उनके दूसरे नाम ऋषिकेश है। और हम लोग जब हवा जोर से तांडव करता है उसको हम तूफान बोलते हैं। जब ठंडी हवा या शांत हवा या मृदु हवा जब फैलती है, उसके जरिया में जो मैसेज जाता है, जो उनके जरिया में जो अच्छा चीज फैलाते हैं, उसको हम लोग समीर बोलते हैं। यानी कि इन 3 प्रोफेसर समीर कुमार आचार्य जी, कान्हू चरण पात्र सर और ऋषिकेश नायक जी, वो आरईसी के टाइम से ही है, मैं उनको जानता हूँ। शायद कान्हू सर थोड़ा बाद में ज्वाइन किए, मेरे का ज्वाइन करने में 1990 में ज्वाइन किया था। और बंसी, भगवान कृष्ण की जो बंसी है किसी को भी मोहित करता है, उसमें मनुष्य पशु पक्षी कोई भी बात नहीं जाता है। और उस मुरली की आवाज में भगवान की सेवा करते हुए सबके पास अच्छा जो मैसेज फैलाते हैं, और कोई नहीं मुरलीधर जेना जी है। और सब आजकल शांति ढूंढते हैं, हमको शांति चाहिए, खुशी चाहिए, सब कुछ चाहिए, कृपया युग में चाहिए। रामचंद्र के अंश जो है, राम राज्य जो बनाए थे, उनके अंश रामचंद्र बारिक जो वहां पे उपस्थित है। और एक बात है, कभी हमारा मुलाकात होता है तो हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं, जय श्री कृष्ण, जय श्री राम, जय हनुमान। लेकिन आजकल और भी आवाज है, जय राधे राधे। ये जो चीज सारे है, जो राधे जी है, कितना हंसमुख है और कितने अच्छे हैं। तो मैंने सबको आरईसी टाइम से देखा हूं। और हमारे जो 3 प्रोफेसर है वो तो स्पिरिचुअल यानी आध्यात्मिक चिंतन में है ही है। मैं जानता हूँ पात्र साहब को, मैं जानता ही हूँ समीर सर को भी, एक शिव मंदिर है वहाँ पे भी वो प्रोफेसर ट्रस्टी है। और हमारे नाइक सर, वो तो सत्य साई बाबा के भक्त हैं, और मूल्य सब कोई है। मैं खाली एक चीज बोलना चाहता हूँ, ये उनका जो दूसरा इनिंग्स शुरू हुआ, वो जैसे अभी काम करते थे ऐसे ही करते रहे। सिर्फ चेंज होगा फील्ड, सिर्फ चेंज होगा प्रोसेस, काम करने का तरीका और समय। तो मैं जस्ट एक चीज बोलना चाहता हूँ, 2 लाइन। हंसते हंसते कट जाए रस्ते, जिंदगी यूं ही चलती रहे। खुशी मिले या गम बदलेंगे ना हम, चाहे दुनिया बदलती रहे। सर, मेरा एक अनुरोध है आप सबको, जो भी है अपना जो चलने का शैली जो है, जिसमें आपको सुकून मिलेगा, जिसमें आपको खुश मिलेगा, वही काम ही कीजिए। किसके साथ ध्यान मत दीजिए, जो कि आपका फ्यूचर लाइफ बहुत ही अच्छा रहेगा। फिर लाइफ जब चलते रहेगा थोड़ा थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम आ सकता है, उसमें फिर एक तो दो मेरा याद आता है, रोते रोते हंसना सीखो, हंसते हंसते रोना, जितनी चाबी भरी राम ने उतना चले खिलौना। रोते रोते सर, आप लोग जितना भी विचार कर रहे हैं, जितने भगवान जी हमारा लाइफ दे उतना ही है, तो क्यों हम हंसमुख से अपना लाइफ को पास क्यों नहीं करेंगे। फिर से हम सबको आपका रिटायरमेंट लाइफ यानी सेकंड इनिंग्स को अच्छा रहे, खुशी रहे, आपका परिवार खुशी रहे, आप परिवार का साथ समय बिताएं। धन्यवाद।
Director, Professor Rao, and the most important guests of our evening, Professor Patra, Professor Acharya, Professor Naik, Radha Madam, Mr. Jena, Mr. Barik, and all the heads of the departments, faculty colleagues, and our staff. I know it's getting longer, but then I thought it'll be really odd of me if I do not share something, if I don't say my respect to these superannuation people. There's so many things that I can share, but only I'll share a few things. Mr. Barik and Mr. Jena, I haven't had much interactions with them, but maybe, an occasional smile on passing by, and so I wish them well. I wish them a happy and healthy superannuated life. But the other four people I've had good interactions with. Acharya sir says that Radha ma'am has been there for 25 odd years. That's wrong. No, not in your department. When I was a junior faculty back in ceramics, ma'am was in our office. Radha ma'am was my colleague in the department. And she's a master's. She's a master's in technology. And then the kind of job that she was doing, I mean, I could realize it. I was just a nobody there. I just joined new. And, in ceramics it's not about nuts and bolts, and then, it's about sands and stones and all that. Although we do a bit of electronics, but then I think the department at that time was not as equipped into electronics as much so that we could exploit her, expertise and all that. But gradually, of course, she shifted to electronics. But in the meantime, we have had wonderful interactions, and she being a Telugu, and I know a bit of Telugu because my mother actually lived in Vizag, so she speaks well, and I can barely understand a bit here and there and all that. And I've seen she's one of the most modest and most soft-spoken ladies you'll find around the campus, and she's always smiling. She's such a wonderful person. And on top of that, Prasad sir, he's a banker, and he was for some time he was in a state bank. And I fondly remember the wonderful cricket matches we used to have. I think Himanshu would agree to that. In all the winters, year after year, we used to play with State Bank. He got his friends, and we would always beat State Bank, and that was a wonderful time. And I could not. I mean, when I saw the notice, I couldn't realize that Radha ma'am would be retiring. I really thought that you'll be maybe a few years elder to us, not that you're like knocking at 60, but now that you're retiring, and I think your kid was just about maybe a couple of years or maybe 3-4 years by the time we were in bachelor flats. Himanshu, me, and even Birasu and other young guys were there at that time. I think you're still living in the same south-facing B flats. for quite some time. We had wonderful interactions with them. So I wish, man, I wish you all the well, and you find home in Gajuaka and enjoy Vizag. Have a wonderful time there. And what can I say? Professor Patra actually had joined by the time I had already joined REC as a junior faculty. And sir, let me tell you, the grapevine was that a professor had joined, who's our alumnus and who's extremely influential. That he comes from Bhubaneswar, has all the bells and whistles in the ministry, and he's an accomplished professor. He knows everyone to get things done. He's such a terrific guy. I said, okay, who that guy would be? And then for the first time, I met him, and I said, he has no bones about his position or things, and he's so easy to talk to. He's so modest, and he's so welcoming that I realized that maybe great people are like that. And subsequently, I've had numerous occasions of interactions, and it's always been he's always treated me as a kid, and has always been supportive of things that we do. And he's so soft-spoken that sometimes you have to lend your ear a little deeper to actually hear what he's saying. And gradually, he's been a path breaker in water resources, and kind of latching into grants, writing books. And lately, maybe a couple of months ago, we had interactions in his newest things that he's written books on spirituality. And I was trying to understand what was the basis, and we just talk about where he gets that sort of what is this? I was trying to ask him whether your basis is Advaita Vedanta or something else, but he completely negated me. He said that he's writing on his own personal experiences that he has seen in many years and during many of his travels, and he has penned down all those things. That I think it's a different persona that has evolved in the later part of his career. And sir, you've been a great son of REC Rourkela, NIT Rourkela. He has contributed immensely to your field. You made a name for yourself. Your students have gone to positions that we cannot aspire to be, and you've made immense contributions to your profession, to the institute, to our institute, and I thank you for that, and I wish that you have a wonderful, healthy, and happy life, sir. And next is Professor Acharya. I think we can talk about things, talk about Professor Acharya. I don't know, for so long, so many times. He was there in mechanical engineering when I was studying. Although we haven't had a direct course that I've taken, but then we've had interactions. I think through workshop and other design courses. We had machine design and all sorts of courses. We have had interactions with him. And let me tell you, like Himanshu says, there are a lot of our friends, our juniors and our seniors in our batch band who always, if I bump into them when we talk about NIT Rourkela, everyone would ask from mechanical engineering or maybe related fields, they would ask about Samir, sir. Take it from me. They would always ask about him, and they would share their experiences about how they've done their BTech projects, and a lot of people also for master's projects, and how he has been helpful in getting things done. He's always palling with the students. He was probably a student's guy, and for a good part of the student's life. He was never a strict guy or that thing. Everybody would take it. I haven't had an opportunity to work with him myself, but I think at one point, I think we ran some samples on tribology and all that. We have some data, but we have never published it. But then, see, this guy has no bones about his, I'm a professor, these, that, and all that. He has been a son of the soil. I think he probably shares his experience, or his father was here, as I understand. And he's been in the same school, same college, did few things, and then half of his life he has spent here. This immense contribution. And who is loyal, this loyal to institutes, to organizations in the current context? Spent like entire life, of being in Rourkela, and you find him in the shop, find him in the vegetable market, or even in a cycle repair store. He would just come up, just like that. And he, in the most uncommon places, you would find him. And I think on the roads also, when I'm maybe driving, scooting down, or maybe walking, you'll hear a yell, "Hey, Sura." And they will look back and say that, "Take this." It'll be like a papita this big, or maybe a kilogram of bindi that he might have grown in his backyard, or maybe tomatoes, or anything. He just whatever he thinks that, maybe it is small or big, or so many things he's given for me, I don't remember even. And the moment I say that, "Sir, you're putting on a very nice blazer," I said, "I got another cloth, would you take that?" Okay, and that kind of a person. And then he was such a foodie. I think people who remember him when he was professor in charge of examination. We had actually treated ourselves to very nice food and all that. And more than that, I think a few times, sir, you also dealt with the convocation lunch. And that was, a wonderful Odia meal, because that used to be a vegetarian meal. And I don't think any meal was better than that. It's such a delicious and sumptuous meal that he used to serve. That is one of his characteristics. I can't comment on his mechanical engineering. There are a lot of people who talk about that. I'm just saying those human elements, human side of that's such a wonderful person. And that makes us feel that we are one among them. And he, like, Girish Bhai also said that, he doesn't really look whether you're a Khalasi or a professor at HG or anyone whosoever he is. And he'll just present to you in much the same, authentic way that you talk to anyone else. So, sir, it's been an honor knowing you. It's been an honor, getting the love from you that you have showered upon. And I pray to Lord that you be healthy, you be as joyful as you ever, you've always been, and then live life to the fullest, and may God give you the best of life. And lastly, let me say a few words for Professor Naik. I think it'll be a lot of repetition of what we've been saying about Professor Naik. He's such a cuddly, the teddy bear kind of person. Such a lovable guy. Okay, and let me tell you, half of your people's vehicles might not have run as many kilometers as this person has walked. Alright, and he should be called Hrushikesh Iron Bone. Okay, I said, just please take care of your bones and all that. Because you've run, I think you could run into thousands of kilometers. And I don't know, ma'am, are you walking on your own, or sir is dragging you? That I don't understand. Okay. But both of these couples, they have been, on the road all the times, and you could see them that he's so fit. If you put him in a final year class, probably nobody will doubt him. Right, and he's retiring right now. And when I joined here in the second stint, I lived for a while in B1, and our back door was straight to sir's back door. And I had a small kid, I had a newborn baby. And probably at one day, maybe 15 days or so after the birth, and they just came in. And my wife was new, she didn't know much people other than like few former associates and all that. And they were the most welcoming people, and ma'am, I really thank you for that. They've always been, coming to my house and then taking care of my kids and supported my family. And after that, it just went on. And of course, my relationship with Naik sir or ma'am goes long time ago. And so much so that there are two girls who were actually making fun of me all the time. Maybe that was 20 years ago. And these girls are married and they've become mothers. Life is, it just takes turns so fast. Sir, you're great. And you again have contributed to, like 40 years of service to this institute, being a graduate of the institute, and with the same vigor, you have a tendency, and you wish that you would serve a little longer and lot more. That says about your character. That says about your strength you have contributed to this institute, to the society. And the least we could be is be grateful to you for the service you have rendered to this institute, to the society, and all of us for such a exemplified and illustrious service that these gentlemen and Radha ma'am have rendered to this institute. We should always at least be grateful and wish them well. So, Lord, bless you with great health. Live longer and longer, and so be happy. Thanks so much.
Good evening, sir. Honorable Director sir on the dais and the Registrar sir and the retiring person, Professor K.C. Patra sir and Professor H.K. Naik sir and Professor Acharya sir and our staff members, Madam Radha Madam, Muralidhar Babu and Ram Babu, and the respective HOD and the spouse of the retiring person and the other dignitaries on the dais and the of the dais. Today I will not take much time, perhaps all are ready to go home, so I will not take much time. Just I have come here to greet our retiring person with whom we have worked from IDC era to NIT era, and definitely all are very nice persons. As everybody has told, all are very nice person and very gentle person and very pious person. I have nothing to repeat anything, and I wish them a healthy and a good retiring life. First of all, I will say something regarding our K.C. Patra sir. He is our professor and also Dean Alumni. He was a Dean Alumni, and he was also HOD of the department. We are interacting in very nice manner, and we meet together at the office room, also in the laboratory. He was also taking our fluid mechanics and hydraulic machine laboratory classes. He is a very nice teacher and explains when any doubt, something I am unable to explain, he easily explain them and clear their doubts. So, but I think he is a very genius person and very knowledgeable person and very pious person. Recently I have gone to his room for a personal work, for any donation work with Mr. Patra, and as you heard that he has written 20 technical books. Nobody has written such type of books, and also spiritual books, which is very useful to our society. So we are very thankful to him for his dedication to the society and for his nice work to the institute. Then I will come to H.K. Naik sir. He is also very nice person. We have also met at different occasions and for different platforms, and we have interacted very nicely, and we have very good relation with him and also with his family. And what I say, he is a very nice person. I think after his retirement, we will continue his social and spiritual life very nice way. And then Acharya sir, he is our senior, and we call him our senior brother, and because his background is from diploma. And so, as you are in same building in mechanical and applied mechanics, or then water resource engineering, he converted to water resource engineering section. We interacted very nicely, and he, as you know, everybody, he is friendly to everyone. And we have also met in different occasions, different spiritual occasions, and he is very cordial and very nice person I have ever seen. So I am very thankful to him for his advice and for his guidance at time of interval. And then I come to Radha ma'am. We call him Radha Didi. In love we call him Radha Didi. And when we have also a good gathering, when we have joined at the initial time, we are having a group, and we are conducting different feats and also meetings for our development. And now she is retiring, and we are very sorry. And but the sorrow is that she could not get her grievances could not be settled, but our registers are announced here that we are happy that it will be settled very soon. It is definitely she will be happy listening this. And then Muralidhar Babu, he is also very pious person. He has established the Narayan temple in our NIT hilltop, and it is a great job for us, and many of the people go there and to visit the Lord and offering their prayers. So with much difficulty he has done all these things. So definitely will be have a blessed life. And then Rambabu, he is also very nice person. I have gone to account section. He is also very helpful when I need any paper or anything. So he helps also. So such type of person will be rarely seen. And also I am also very thankful to spouse of the retiring person, by whom they could not be a successful person in their service life. And also I am very thankful to those who are present at such a huge gathering and such a huge person on the dais. I am astonished that all the madams could not come to dais to sleep here, as there was no space. So it is I see when they sit with their husband on the dais, it is a very nice moment. But today it is a little bit different. So whatever maybe they know the situation, I wish all the retiring person and their family a very healthy and good life. Thank you all for joining this retiring ceremony.
Thank you, sir. Now it's time to welcome Professor Samir Kumar Acharya, Professor Mechanical Engineering, to deliver his farewell speech. Over to you, sir.
Esteemed Professor Rao, Director NIT Rourkela, Professor Professor Patra, and Professor Naik, my faculty fellow retirees, Mr. Jena, Mr. Barik, and Mrs. Peri, my fellow retirees from the staff, and my very dear faculty and staff colleagues. It is an event of a lifetime for me today to stand before you and say a few things that are the last in a specific role. It's a surreal feeling, and I am not sure if I understand the feelings completely well. I might say a few things which may be completely unorganized. I would request you to see the essence of it and then anything else. I stand here with the most profound sense of gratefulness to REC Rourkela or NIT Rourkela, as you may call it. No words can possibly surmise my feelings for this place. There are reasons for it. I am almost born here. Almost. My father moved here in 1962 when REC Rourkela was not even a year old. He found employment here and we found life. I have grown in these streets. I went to the school that started in quarter number F2 that you see now next to post office. God was kind enough and I again went to college here in this campus, the Department of Mechanical Engineering, and I completed up to my PhD in the same department. And God was even more kind that I got into the very department as a faculty member. God is gracious and He arranged me a lady who was native of Rourkela with the same teaching professor. When I look back, it's a series of graces from the Lord, and He wanted that I stay here and serve this institute. And I am glad that I have been relentlessly serving, and this has been a part of the growth of NIT Rourkela from its very early days. It's a great feeling to find the place of NIT Rourkela in the history of academic institutes in India, and I am glad that I have been a part of it. I am the oldest man of the campus, and next to me is Manoj Mishra, who was my neighbor. I stayed in E22 and he stayed in front of my E11. Because his father was also there in electrical engineering department as a technical assistant. I have grown here as a person, as a teacher, and also as a researcher in the annals of this institute. I have been blessed to have worked alongside great stalwarts of this field from the times when NIT Rourkela was known all over the country for its mechanical engineering department. Includes late Professor L. Naik, Professor P.K. Kar, Professor N.S. Das, Professor T.N. Subramaniam, Professor A.K. Behra, late Professor A.K. Paul, and many more of the departments. These people have shaped our personal, professional, and also intellectual lives. Today I bow down to them and offer my indebtedness for their selfless acts that have saved so many careers, including that of mine. I also take this opportunity to thank my colleagues who I have shared a long professional life with. There might have been moments of professional difference, but let's keep that at it, professional level. I must also thank my colleagues from the staff. I can say it on everyone's face that there is possibly no one who is as closely involved with the members of the staff as I am. And I take great pride in saying so. I have shared my moments of joy, celebration, horrors, sadness with these people. From a celebration and a feast in the name of God, or the pensive rituals in the river bank of the loss of deer. I have worked with these people and they have worked with me. I thank them from the core of my heart for the human touch they have given to our campus life. I profoundly thank the most important elements from our lives, our students. In a way, these students have saved our lives than the other way around. If in the true spirit I have influenced or inspired anyone, I will be most content and happy about my personal life. By God's grace, I have had an exceptional relationship with my students from across many batches that becomes so endearing when I meet them occasionally during travel, and the feeling is truly extraordinary. Having said this, I also must say a great thing which has had a deep impact in my mind. During late 1998, there was an unfortunate unrest among the students which led to the police intervening, which eventually led to an incident of firing inside the campus. In the aftermath, the student lost his life. I was hall superintendent of first year students. I cannot describe you the extent of the regret I have for not being able to save that student. After the major incident, I was personally able to get many students out of danger. But out of fear or suspicion, the students could not come out, neither we were able to reach him. The delay in medical help claimed the life of a young student. Until today, this has been the biggest regret in my career at NIT Rourkela. We have seen many communal riots in Rourkela back in the days and have ensured that nothing wrong happens in this campus. However, a small incident claiming the life of a student has been an extremely painful thing for me. Then I beg apology with folded hands from all of you, if knowingly or unknowingly I have hurt your sentiments anytime. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now it's time to welcome Professor Hrushikesh Naik to deliver his farewell speech. Over to you, sir.
Namaste to everybody present in this hall. Honorable Director, my teacher, my guide, my mentor, Professor K. Rama, respected Registrar, Professor Dima, superannuated professors, superannuated staff members, and their spouses on the dais, other dignitaries on the dais, my beloved Gitanand, Sanju Madam, Radha Madam, and my Dharmapatni, my better half, my Ardhangini, Mrs. Prabha Naik. My dear esteemed faculty colleagues, staff members, and my dear brothers and sisters who are present in this hall today to bid farewell to us. Thank you everybody for your kind words of appreciation uttered by some of you. At the outset, let me thank the Institute administration for organizing the farewell function so nicely, particularly for inviting our spouses to the function. This is a new and welcome move, a new system introduced by the Institute Authority first time under the able guidance of our present director, Professor K. Raj. It was never there before in the history of NIT Rourkela, to the best of my knowledge. Therefore, I appreciate from the core of my heart and thank the institution authority for the respect that is given to our better hearts. Whatever we are today, it is because of our wives or spouses. As the saying goes, behind the success of a man, there is a woman, which is 100% correct. They manage the house and family in peaceful harmony and take care of the children and household needs. Because of them only, we get more time to do our office work efficiently and peacefully and achieve our goals. Therefore, I express my thankfulness to all of them. Today is a unique day for me as well as for the other two professors who are sharing the dais with me, Professor K.C. Patra, Professor S.K. Acharya, and myself. All three happens to be the proud alumni of this great institute. And we all are superannuating on the same day and sharing the same dais all together. Professor Patra graduated in the year 1981. Professor Acharya graduated in the year 1983. Both of them are senior to me. I joined the family of Regional Engineering College, Rourkela in 1979 as an undergraduate student in the Department of Mining Engineering. During that time, the Mining Engineering Department did not have its own building, which was constructed later on. Our classes were held in the main building of the institute. After undergoing rigorous study, 5-year course, I graduated in 1982. On the day of our graduation, Professor Somnath Mishra, the then principal, gave a call that some of you should come forward to join as faculty in the department because the department is very new. No faculty was there. So he gave that call. Though I was having 4 jobs from the campus interview, Coal India Limited, Naval Lignite Corporation, Uranium Corporation of India Limited, and Coal India Limited. I joined Coal India Limited for 1 year, and after that leaving behind very alluring job of Coal India, I joined here as a faculty member in the year 1985. And after joining under the Quality Improvement Program, I went to Indian Institute of Technology in London for doing my MTech studies. Then after that, after serving a few years, I also obtained my PhD degree under the guidance of Professor Manoj Kumar Misra and our present director, Professor K. Rao, who was a professor at IIT Kharagpur at that time, to equip myself to fit into the NIT system. My journey is very, very big. I have served already 38 years, 10 months and 11 days in this great institute. And I have tried in all respects to contribute for the growth and development of the institute in different fields. And particularly, there are two aspects I can say that during the directorship of Professor Sunil Kumar Shadangi, there was a problem of construction of the boundary wall of NIT campus. Through the help of one of my friends, Madhusudan Padi, IS, who was the Revenue Division Commissioner RDC of Sambalpur, the boundary wall of the institute was constructed. This was a great help to the institute. Second was the whatever we see in the FDBI, your Tir building. Dr. Abdul Kalam is our Honorable President of India, is supposed to come to inaugurate to from foundational stone of Tir building. But because of the air connectivity problem, he was not able to come. So again, I approached one of my friends of our batch, who was the Vice President of Vedanta, Sri Ajit Kumar Sharma, who used his office to bring Dr. Abdul Kalam to the institute by using their charter flight. And the Tir building was foundational stone was laid by the holy hands of Dr. Abdul Kalam. It was a great milestone in the history of NIT Rourkela, where now 50 startup companies, including Kurasi and Black Mamba, are housed in the building. From our batch, 1984, there are 3 professors, Professor Mahavir Panda, Professor Chandra Kumar Vishwas, and myself, have worked for the institute, which was acknowledged by Professor Sunil Kumar Shadengi in various forums. Moving forward, on the 50th year of glorious journey of the institute's Golden Jubilee function, it was organized in a grand manner where Professor Somnath Mishra, Professor Ashok Kumar Mahanti, Professor G.K. Roy, and Professor Sunil Kumar Shamadeng were honored, and they delivered the speech in a befitting manner. And in that function, our chairperson, Madam Vasanta Ramaswamy, was the chief guest. So she gave a call to the alumni that the alumni should come forward to become the board of governors of the institute, so that they can contribute for the growth of the institute. So by hearing her inspiring talk, I became a board member, and whatever possible, I contributed for the growth of the institute during 2016 to 2018. Throughout my journey, I was always inclined and intimately associated with Dean Alumni Affairs as a member of Alumni Coordination Committee to bridge the gap between alumni and alma mater. I was more than once a member of the committee to select the distinguished alumni awards of the institute. From my batch, 3 distinguished alumni were there: Madhusudan Padi, Madam Soma Mandal, and Sariputta Mishra, my classmate, mining CEO of Odisha Coal and Power Limited. So, not only that, I was the contact person for all alumni who want to visit NIT Rourkela to take care of their visit, stay, hospital in our guest house. Outstation alumni also contacted me for their degree certificates, mark sheets, transcripts, guest house accommodation, or any other assistance needed from me. I was always available at their service without any hesitation. I welcome all of them with a smiling face and give my time and company to take them around our NIT campus to show them our academic departments, hostel area, backpost, checkpost, including arranging their lunch and dinner in our guest house or outside in a hotel or restaurant. I have throughout my service period discharged my duty on this front without expecting any return from anybody. This service I have extended to many, including getting the degree certificate from Sambalpur University for sales chairperson Rama and for technical secretary Mr. John Peri, who happens to be our alumni of 1986 batch. So my attachment to my alma mater, my attachment to my all alumni are very dear and core to my heart, which cannot be expressed in words. It's only an emotional feeling and attachment for the love and affection inculcated from the golden heritage of NIT Rourkela. Everybody in the mining engineering department knows how I have kept contact with our mining graduates by creating various social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Telegram, and WhatsApp groups in the name of the Mining Engineering Association, which was created by me. And I always take help from the topmost senior level industry executives of our alumni serving various industries in India and abroad for arranging internships for the present students and campus interview selection for final year students. I also everybody knows I was the president of the Mining Society when I was the head of the Department of Mining Engineering for more than 5 years. I have also served as the treasurer of the Mining Society for quite a long period, spanning more than 1 decade or so. Now I was serving as the advisor of the Mining Society till my date of retirement. So during the last Diamond Jubilee celebration in the 2021, Professor K.K. Patra was the Dean alumni. I was an organizing committee member, especially I was in the committee to raise funds for the institute. The Diamond Jubilee function was organized successfully where Mr. C.P. Gurnani, CEO of Tech Mahindra, assigned by the chairman, IOCL participated. I was in charge of receiving the guests and dignitaries with the function. This job was assigned by Professor Kumar, the convener of the Diamond Jubilee Celebration Committee. My association with NIT Rourkela, its alumni, has been very strong since the inception, beyond any doubt. I was also the executive council member of NIT Rourkela Local Center, and I traveled to many places to organize, to attend the NITRA Golden Global Alumni Meets, including Pune, Bhubaneswar, and to deliberated for the growth and development of NIT Rourkela. I was also a member of the advisory committee for faculty recruitment at Kumar during Professor Anil's research period in 2017. Currently also Professor K. Muhammad Diabetes in 2024 for the faculty selection process to select the best brains for our institute. I have completed a very long period of 38 years, 10 months and 11 days in the service of NIT Rourkela, my alma mater, as a faculty member. If my student days are counted, my education association in more than 40 years. As a student, I obtained my education, knowledge, expertise from NIT Rourkela, my alma mater, to serve the nation as a fully grown professional in the field of mining engineering. After joining NIT Rourkela as a faculty member, I earned my livelihood, my bread and butter from NIT Rourkela. I am going to retire and I will continue to get my pension for the rest of my life for the services I rendered to NIT Rourkela. After getting so much patronage from NIT Rourkela, including my daughter and son-in-law, they have also studied here. They are the proud alumni of NIT Rourkela. I thought I had a moral obligation and responsibility to do something and pay back to my alma mater in whichever way I could. How can I express my thankfulness and gratitude to my alma mater without doing some good work for my alma mater? I am not very rich financially to donate a large sum to my alma mater, as done by some other alumnus in our country and abroad. But I am very rich in terms of my plentifully available time after my retirement, youthful energy, knowledge and expertise, which I am definitely donate and invest for the growth and development of my alma mater. Keeping that in my mind, I contested for the post of General Secretary of NITRA NIT Rourkela Alumni Assistant, and I have taken over the charge of same for the next 2 years. For 2024 to 2026, I will be the General Secretary, and there are 36,000 alumni spread all over the globe, and I will be contacting all of them for taking their help for the course of NIT Rourkela. I was getting very good offer from private universities after my retirement, but I have rejected those offers to serve my own institute. Hopefully, with wholehearted support and cooperation of all concerned, I will try my level best to meet the expectations of all, including my alma mater, Director of the Institute, Professor K. Mohammed Saab, Dean Alumni, Professor H.B. Saab. So I need guidance and encouragement from all the stakeholders to share the goal, and utmost care will be taken to meet this end. Before I close, only 1 or 2 points I want to mention here, which is a learning point for me, which I am going to learn from my experience. One thing, what I am taking from NIT Rourkela. So 1 or 2 things I will tell, and after that I will close my talk. So it was a day of final year students, grant farewell function. Professor Rourkela told me that while going to the ground for dinner, please pick me up. So while just one incident I am citing, Professor Rourkela told me that on the day of our grant farewell to final students, he told that please pick me up, we'll go together for the dinner. So while I was coming from my house to pick him up, on the way, a small dog, puppy, came on the road and hit on my car. So immediately, Professor Pal and myself went to our hospital to bring some medicine and gave to the puppy. And after that, puppy was not able to sustain. So we went to Sector 2 market to get more advanced medicine. But on the way, we got the message that the puppy is dead. So after hearing the death of the puppy, Professor Pal started crying like a child. He told that the puppy was very dear to me, very she was a family member like me. I used to play with this. So she started, Professor Pal started crying. I could not also control, I also cried. We came back and saw that the puppy is dead. So arrangement made for the cremation, everything. We could not go to the ground. And that event, why I am saying, there are so many people. If you do a sin, कुछ पाप किया है तो सबके सामने में बोल देने से पाप आधा हो जाता है. Intentionally I am not done. Unknowingly it has happened. But if I tell to everybody, then perhaps God will forgive me the sin which I have committed. And 15 days I could not eat food because of that. And nowadays, whenever I drive, I become very conscious. If a puppy is there on the road or dog is there, I have to stop the vehicle and drive the puppy away from the road. After that, only I am driving. This is one incident. I am learning. This is a learning lesson for me for the rest of the life. I will not do any sin like that, which has hurt me for 15 days. I have not taken food. I am not able to sleep. I have spoken to my wife also. It was a very painful affair for me. Second thing, on 14th April 2023, Professor, our director sir was in the community hall. We are celebrating the Ambedkar Jayanti. It was April 14, very hot summer. All the fans are with high speed. A pigeon came inside the hall, and it was going to hit the wings of the fan. Our director asked to stop the fan. Fan was stopped. So it is a compulsion for all living creatures. I learned
that we should be very compassionate to all living beings, including an ant or elephant. All living beings we should respect, we should give their life to live. That is the second lesson I have done. Third lesson I'm going to tell you after my retirement, how to spend my time. 4 or 5 days back, Professor Director Sir went to our department. He was addressing to the short-term course students. Professor, you must not be knowing, our director told that he is expert in cooking, he is expert in electrical work, he is expert in plumbing, he is painting and making Ganesh idol by himself by using that video you must have seen. So he told that these are my hobbies, how to spend the leisure time. Then another thing he told that also, he knows how to drive the dumpers in the mines while Professor Rama, our director was working in the mines. He has driven himself the dumpers, very big trucks used in the mines. Not only that, he has drilled the holes in the underground mines. So the purpose of telling is that how to spend your time. God has given a lot of time to us. We have to spend it in a fruitful manner. That lesson he has given to me, which I am carrying today to my house after retirement. I am giving promise to my wife. I will cook the food and I will clean the house. Even bartan, utensils. I will clean the and I spend my time for all times to come. Not for one day, not for 1 day or 1 week. This is for the rest of my life. So this is the lesson I have learned from you, and I am taking it from NIT to my house. Thank you very much, sir. Finally, I beg excuse. One thing I have got one person is Harihar Mahapatra. He may not be here. He was in the account section. So one day I went to his office and I found that one file is lying on the table. I was head of department and for quite long period of time. Because our department work is suffered, so I became very angry and expressed my anguish to him in an angry mood. So afterwards I found that I realized that I should not have become angry not for my personal gain, it is for the department purpose I became angry. But afterwards I found that I should not have become so angry. So like that, if I have hurt anybody during the course of my work, kindly excuse me. I beg pardon to all of you. With this, I am closing my talk. Finally, I thank all present in this hall for your patient hearing and others who could not present because of pressing engagement elsewhere. Jai Hind, Jai Vikasit Bharat, Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, Jai Ho NIT Rourkela. Namaste. Have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now let's welcome Professor K.C. Patra, Professor Civil Engineering, to deliver his farewell speech.
I'm sure that after listening almost for 125 minutes, our patience must have run out. So, if you wish I can speak something today, sir. To begin with, as a formal thing, I read that I should speak limiting to the time frame of 10 minutes. So, a very good afternoon to each one of you. Namaskar and Jai Jagannath. After hearing the circulating words from Dr. Samir and Dr. Hrushikesh, I am happy to know that except to share some of my personal experiences, feelings, challenges, and gratitude in the journey of my life. Today, indeed, is the day for me and for my family for which we were waiting since long. Service spanning over, I make a big correction, spanning over 43 years. Is indeed too long for me and maybe for all of us. So, I am standing here. In the entire career I have said that it is 21 years here, 21 years of service here, 21 gold medals in my career, 21 books, and 21 large value process packages what I have completed in my life. It is some problem. At the very outset, I thank the Lord for giving me everything that I desire and deserve, except the potential of public speaking. Sir, I joined as a professor on 25th of June 2002, which was the last working day of IRC. And therefore, my first working day in office coincided with the first day of NIT Rourkela. Professor G.K. Rai, the principal, had pronounced that I was not up to the IRC. I joined here with a simple mission. The mission was how to reach out to the needy students. Needy does not mean that it is financial support alone. Initially, I had a target of 30 of them. But I am happy to say that I have reached the target within a very short time and to my great satisfaction. Let me give examples. You know that Mr. Pandit Padmanabh Mishra, to whom I had guided for IAS, had cleared the exam this year in the very first attempt with a rank of 176 that I had predicted. I refer back the case of one Kumar from chemical engineering. I remember the day when his father, a close friend of one of my students, Alok, came to my room, and the parents were in continuous tears for help. By then, she had SGPA of 5.5 and 3.5 in the preceding semesters. He was about to be thrown out of NIT. As per the rule, I called Shiva to meet me for counseling. Next day, I reached him and counseled. For 1 hour almost, I tried to speak to him. He was motivated with my words. Then he made a complete U-turn and studied and got the CGPA of 6.5 and joined Jindal soon after. Now he is at IIM Kozhikode pursuing his MD degree. Going the similar examples were case of Mr. Harish, Biranchi, Baker, and many others to whom I had counseled. They were initially thinking that हमसे पढ़ाई नहीं होगा, but they are now in top positions because of my counseling, settled in USA and Canada. Next is about my journey in life that may be interesting to all of you. After this counseling thing, my personal journey in life started. I hailed from a very small village which is very remote in the Ganjam district of Odisha. My village school had only one classroom, and therefore the layout of the students were typical students facing east in the classroom were in class 5, facing west were class 4, and so on. While the kids sitting in the center of the room were in class 1. So that is one room. I started with a very remote background, and my schooling was one classroom, five group batches. From there on, I started my journey, and I joined the nearest high school, which was almost 16 kilometers away from my village, both way. I used to walk down to the school through a forestry road, and many times I was chased by the bear, and I don't know how I used to survive that time. So from there, the results of my high school were too good in the sense that if in any year I was able to pass from the school, it was considered to be outstanding. So that is the school where I passed high school. Then I carried on. After the matriculation in 75, I joined the first year student, joined as the first student in IDT in 76. It was the year in which the first Irish entrance exam was held, and then I had no knowledge about IIT. And hearing about it, I asked a knowledgeable person in my village, I want to study IIT Kharagpur. Then he said, why you should go to IIT Kharagpur? There is a IIT at the Baranpur government IIT, and you can read there. So I should not go to West Bengal for engineering, and I should study at Baranpur. So that he could convince my father that he should read IIT, the government, which is basically IIT, not IIT. And there was a miscellaneous like IIT and IIT were the same that time in my village. So that had stopped me from appearing the IIT entrance exam. I have never appeared the IIT any time in my life. After getting 3 gold medals from IIT Rourkela in PG diploma and tech, and being the overall topper of IIT Rourkela, my professor persuaded me to take up teaching for the good of the students. I decided to quit government job as an engineer and joined in 92 there at IIT Rourkela for a very brief period. They offered me the position as associate professor. I got also the opportunity twice to get the position of the director, but that could not happen. I thank God that I could not make it to join the position of director. Can I have some water? I will just take 2 minutes more. I am quite happy that I have authored 7 textbooks that have brought global recognition to me. My latest book on spirituality, that is Life and Rama, has received tons of appreciation. Being motivated, I am putting down 2 more books. The title being Moksha, the final liberation, and the next is Who Am I? I wish to complete these 2 projects as soon as possible. When I look back and introspect, I find that I too was a madness for life. When I was in school, while studying school, in the lower classes, I saw the seniors and wanted to be like them. I studied hard. I heard a lot about college then. Then I changed the life, studied hard, and reached the college. I heard about the engineering students and therefore studied very hard to become an engineer. Then while studying engineering, I wanted to go to get a good job, and so I studied maximum sincerity. Then while in early service period, I heard about good life in the marriage system, so I married. Then the kids arrived, then I had to take care of my job, home front, parents, and so on simultaneously. The life continued, लगे रहो मुना भाई। मैंने जिंदगी में भागते भागते यहाँ तक पहुँचा। Today, while looking back, I question myself. I have learned so much after life. When I have actually lived for myself. I'm happy to say adieu to this routine life and enter the first stage. Whatever I have achieved so far, that could not have been happened because the great support of my wife, Geeta, who is present here, who has assiduously backed me over the last 41 years of married life. And of course my kids. Finally, I thank to one and all who have contributed in the journey of my life. I am thankful to my teachers, colleagues, staff of NIT, the esteemed directors, students, and all others who have contributed in shaping my life. Finally, I beg pardon from all those who have, with whom I might have fought during the Thanks to NIT Rourkela, you have given me the great opportunities. I shall be very happy on the day when my elevator comes between the captain rank in the NIT. That can happen only under the stewardship of the esteemed director. Finally, I thank you all for the presence here. Being the senior most here today, I pray God to bless you all. Thank you all for the presence here.
Thank you, sir. Now let's welcome Mrs. Peri Radha, Technical Assistant SG2 EC, to deliver her farewell speech. Over to you, madam.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, and all my dear friends and colleagues, a very good evening to all of you. I am thankful to you all for sparing your valuable time for us. I feel fortunate that I have worked in this August Institute for a period of nearly 35 years. Working in an educational institute is truly a reward in itself, because you are being paid for something, for learning something new always. And over the years, the working environment has also improved so much for the technical staff. Earlier, there was no purchase section, audit section, etc. Only one table was allotted for purchase works in account section. So, a technical assistant has to do all the purchase works, facing the audit, etc. in addition to the laboratory work. Now, this purchase part has been eliminated after our college has become NIT. Technical staff are now encouraged to do more of technical work only. So now many are improving in these lines only. It's a really good step for the technical staff. I am thankful to all the people in the estate office, dispensary, establishment. All were very helpful. And I fondly remember our estate officer, Sri Rama. In the initial days of my stay, whenever I used to go to the estate office for giving any complaint, then we used to go physically to the estate office. There was no online system, so we used to go to physically to the estate office. And whenever I used to go, he used to say, Radha, you don't come, send our son-in-law, he used to say. And I remember once my two-wheeler stopped in front of a professor's house, it refused to move ahead as it was exhausted of petrol. And then a professor came personally with a cup of petrol, and when I thanked him, he said, it is our responsibility. The list is simply endless. I always had very good neighbors in the campus. Literally, when even my father-in-law died, only my neighbors came to my help, rather than my relatives. So I am thankful to everybody. I remember Himanshu sir and Santanu sir, they organized some cultural programs when my son was small. And I am thankful to Professor Samir Acharya sir and our KC Patra sir also for their encouraging words many a times during my stay in the campus. And our one sincere request or rather advice to all my non-teaching staff members. I specially said non-teaching but because your participation is less here. Do come and watch all the Speak Mega programs in the institute. I witnessed Odisha's famous Gotipo Nacho here and also many good national level programs. So do come watch and enjoy all those programs. Apart from the greenery that we are enjoying here and the security, also these cultural programs of Speak Mega are really nice and do come and enjoy them. Last but not least, I am extremely grateful to my elder brother who always guided me in my studies, in my career. And whatever I am today, but I owe it entirely to him. I am thankful to him. Mr. P. Ramesh, my elder brother, has come today. One last, who is going to be happier on Mondays? We retired people. Thank you all.
Thank you, madam. Now it's time to welcome Mr. Muralidhar Jena, laboratory attendant SG1, to deliver his farewell speech. Now let's welcome Mr. Chandra Barik, senior attendant finance and accounts, to deliver his farewell speech. Now I request our honorable director, Professor K. Uma Maheshwarao sir, to give his presidential address. Over to you, sir.
The distinguished dignitaries on dais, all the heads of the Department of Mechanical, Mining, Civil, Electronics and Communication, Chemistry, Registrar, Professor Diman, and then Deputy Registrar Uttam Biswal, Assistant Registrars, and then the superannuating faculty members, Professor Samir Kumar Acharya, H.K. Naik, Professor K.C. Patra, and Ma'am Peri Radha, and Mr. Muralidhar Jena and Chandra Barik, and my faculty colleagues of the dais, and my staff colleagues of the dais, and any other member whom I have missed, are all there. A very good evening today, and then we are gathered here to bid farewell to 6 of our colleagues, 3 faculty and 3 non-faculty colleagues. And then the point which we have already been sitting there for almost more than 2 hours, what I really realized is that each one of them has spent here around 30 plus years of service here. Each year they must have had some or the other experience which they would like to share with us today, because this is the last day when we can hear them. After that, right, there will not be any audience here who can really listen to what their experiences are. Right from Professor Samir Kumar Acharya, he could not really complete the narration of the experience which he had really faced, and then it was there, one important experience of his life as at NIT Rourkela. He could not share. And then we had Professor H.K. Naik, that he has, every day there is an experience for him to share, and then almost close to 40 years of his career here, and there must have been millions of experiences which he would like to really share. But then unfortunately what happened is that at the beginning of this farewell party, I think there were around more than 300 plus audience here. Right? Gradually one after the other, one after the other, one after the other, roughly I don't think there is any 100
This is the truth of life on the superannuating people I'm going to tell you. There is no one who is willing to really listen to you. And whoever, if is anyone there, it is your family. So now, whatever the stories that you have, the worthiness of your story, let your children know about you and how you have really toiled through your career here at NIT Rourkela, and then again made what you are, and then what you have achieved, and then what you want to give back. Right? So now, in brief, because I do not want to take much of the time because it's already 7:55. I stand here any further, I can see people moving out any longer, because we are in that particular mode, because everything is a business. Right? I'm going to invest my time. What do I get at the end of that one? This is the way in which our relationships are gradually growing. But then the 6 people have got lakhs of experiences which they are really want to. Okay? And then I will thank you for your time. You were here with us for the building of this particular institution. It is also more than 60 plus years of its existence. And then in every aspect of this particular institution, something or the other has been there from you to contribute to the institution. And the institution will never, at least, try to forget you, right? May not acknowledge, right? But then they will never try to forget your services to the building of this institution. And lastly, Radha's retirement is a part of the life, right? Every year, standing here, and in another month's time, we give the orientation program for the first years, and then we give farewell to the passing out students, and then again, likewise, we may address the just freshly joined faculty as well as the colleagues, and then we have got to give them the farewells. This is a part of the life. But then the life which is absolutely personal, very personal to you, Sunday or Monday, Madam, Radha Madam, it doesn't make a difference now for 6 of you from this Monday onwards. Whether it is Sunday or Monday, that it means the same. And all that 24 hours are yours. You don't have to run around to the offices and then search for your file and then your place and then try to be accountable for whatever the things that are done or not done. Right? You are accountable to your own self. That's the beauty of life from Monday on, or maybe from tomorrow on. And so now I just only say that I'm not as spiritual as Professor K.C. Patra, but he's absolutely a very spiritual man. He really wrote something which is mystical also. I was there present in one of the books which was released in our German house, German club. Okay. And then, in fact, I did not really understand the mysticism which he was really writing in that one. So he's highly spiritual man. And then Professor H.K. Naik, he is one of the dearest research scholars. Right? I had the opportunity to supervise him for his PhD, and he's a simple man. And right, each one of you have your own experiences, and then I only piece of advice which I started, apart from my cooking and various other skills which I narrated you, Professor H.K. Naik, is even if you are washing utensils, it is for yourself, and it gives you a lot of pleasure. Right? Even if you are really taking a broomstick and then cleaning the floor, it is your house and for your purpose, and you are able to do it. Take pride in that one. Right? You don't really have to really show to anyone, but then you have some occupation that you can still contribute for the best of your life and the best of your house, and share the time with your wife, and then instead of now, give her superannuation in cooking, and then you join the duty as a cook from this tomorrow. Okay? And one day I will definitely come for a cup of tea, which you are going to make, and I will savor that one. Wish you all the very best, and then the real life starts now. The real life starts now. The reason is that you are accountable to your own life. Okay? So try to spend your life in a utmost careful fashion, and then try to know what you want to do. Right? Don't really get up from in the morning, and then not knowing what to do. Right? There should be something for you to do today. Right? If there is nothing that day, you sit down and then start writing what exactly has been your first experience on NIT. Right? So now that becomes your hobby, right? The story which is worth for your family to know. Wish you all the very success, wish you all the very best, and then take care of your health. And then this is one period where we are all 60 plus. Some of us are 65, some of us are 60, and then body starts really giving out the signals of that we are aging, we are senior citizens. Take care of that, take care of the call, and then don't ignore the calls the body is giving you. If sugar is high, it gives you a call, take care of that one. If BP is high, it gives you a call, take care of that one, and then enjoy your life. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I, on behalf of the entire NIT Rourkela family, would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our Honorable Director, sir, for sparing his valuable time and gracing the occasion. Next, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our Honorable Registrar, sir, for attending the event. I would also like to extend my gratitude to the HODs of Civil Engineering, Mechanical Engineering, Mining Engineering, Chemistry, EC, and Deputy Registrar of Finance and Accounts. Once again, I would like to thank our retiring employees for the hard work, dedication, and the support that they have rendered for NIT Rourkela and its growth for decades. And I wish all of them a healthy and happy retirement life. And also, I would like to thank establishment team, finance team, members of staff, and the audience present here for making this event successful. Thank you, everyone. We have arranged refreshment outside. Thank you.
Value